Assalamu alaikum. I am Tanzila Khanam and this is Psychology Basics Intermediate Lectures of Psychology. Nowadays we are studying about the methods of research in psychology. In this reference today we will study the experimental method of research in psychology. Experimental method scientifically studies the stimuli and responses of the organism. In this method, the researcher manipulates the variables to determine if the change in one variable cause the change in an other variable or not. So manipulation of variable is very important element of the experimental method of research. It is the most systematic, advanced and scientific method of research that is used in laboratories. For example, a researcher wants to study the effects of caffeine intake on the mathematical ability of the students. In this example, the amount of caffeine intake, say 1 or 2 cups of coffee, would determine whether it affects the efficiency of students in mathematical calculations. So the basic concept that we have to understand in an experiment are cause and effect relationship. For example, clouds are cause and rain is effect. Injury is a cause and pain is effect. The relationship between the two is studied in an experiment. Now, experimental method works in a series of stages. What are these stages? Now we shall see them. These stages are: number one, identification of the problem; number two, formulation of hypothesis; number three, determining the variables; the fourth stage is to determine the experimental design; then subjects are selected, apparatus is determined, and conditions are controlled, and at the end results are reported and recorded. So now we shall study them one by one in detail. Number one is identification of the problem. The first step in any kind of research is the identification of a problem, so that the objectives and goals of the experiment can be determined. So a problem tells us about the objectives and goals of experiment. A research problem is a definite or clear statement about an area of concern. Uh, identification of the problem makes it possible to move on the later stages. The second step in experimental method of research is formulation of hypothesis. Hypothesis is an assumptive or tentative solution of the problem under study. It is a testable statement based on limited evidence and is a starting point for further investigation. It is also called the supposed or proposed solution of the problem. It is tested against some empirical evidence. It can be accepted or rejected after the experiment. Some examples of hypotheses are unhygienic food can make us ill. And direct exposure to sun can burn the skin. Number 3 is short breaks increases the performance of students. So these are some examples of hypotheses, how we make hypotheses relating to the problem under study. The third step in experimental method is determining the variables. A variable is anything that varies or can be varied or changed. For example, temperature, ability to recall, caffeine intake, etc. Generally, there are two variables in one hypothesis. Change in one variable leads to the change in other one. On the basis of change, we can say that one variable is the cause and the other is its effect. There are two types of variables. Number one is independent variables are IVs. The things, situations or events that are manipulated by the experimenter to see their effects on other variables are called independent variables or IV. The experimenter manipulates them or change them to see their effects. For example, in our hypothesis that we have mentioned above, the IVs are unhygienic food, exposure to sun, and short breaks are our independent variables. The second type of variable that is used in a hypothesis is dependent variable. It is also called DV. Dependent variables are the variables that change as a result of change in independent variables or IV. These variables are contingent or dependent upon IVs and caused by them. For example, illness is caused by unhygienic food, so illness is dependent variable or DV. Skin burn is a result of sun exposure, so it is a DV in our hypothesis that we have mentioned previously. There is another type of variables that can affect the results of experiment. These are called intervening or confounding variables. These variables also affect the result of an experiment. Like independent variables, they can also bring change in dependent variable. For example, if we remember our earlier hypothesis that 2 cups of coffee increases mathematical efficiency. But if the individuals have headache or stomachache, he will be unable to do maths efficiently at that time. So this pain was an intervening variable that has affected the result of experiment. they affect the result of experiment other than IV. So the experimenter has to control them in order to make the results clear and accurate. The fourth step in experimental method of research is to determine the experimental design. It is the outline or blueprint of an experiment. It includes organized and stage-wise methodology that is prepared before the beginning of an experiment. Like a map is prepared before the construction of a house. There are different types of experimental designs that an experimenter would choose according to the nature and goal of the research. Some examples are max subject design, factorial design, and before after research design. After making an outline of the experiment, the next step is selection of subject. Subject is any organism on which the living organism on which the experiment is being conducted. In order to study independent variables and their effects, one or more subjects are selected according to the experimental design. At least one subject is mandatory to conduct an experiment. However, the number of subjects is determined by the nature of experiment. Generally, subjects are divided into two groups for comparison of the results. These two groups are experimental group or treatment group. This group of subjects receives the treatment which results are being found. Treatment means application of independent variable या IV. For example, independent variables are administered on them. For example, in our previous example of caffeine intake, these subjects will include the 2 or 3 cups of coffee in their experiment. The second group is control group. This group of subjects does not receive any treatment or no independent variables are administered on them. The difference in the results of both groups determine the effects of independent variable. To understand these groups, we take an example. Our hypothesis is a break in learning improves performance. To conduct experiment and determine the effects of break on learning performance, the subjects will be divided into two groups. Experimental group is given a break. Break improves performance. Experimental group, and here is control group. It is given a break and control group is given no break, and they are working continuously. At the end, their performance will be measured. If there is a difference in the results of both groups, that is experimental group has performed better, our hypothesis will be confirmed that break improves learning. The next step is selection of operators. It is the equipment or instrument that is required to test if the hypothesis is confirmed or rejected. The operators is selected according to the nature of the experiment. For example, stopwatch, maze box, list of nonsense syllables, pictures of TAT, etc. All these are operators in experimental, in psychological experiments. Then comes the step of controlling the conditions. Conditions refer to the factors other than independent variables. They can affect results during the experiment. The experimenter must have complete control over the environment of lab and these intervening variables. In this way, the experimenter can obtain the accurate results. Then comes the section of results. It is the last phase of an experiment, and here the result is compiled and analyzed. The unorganized data is useless, so data is organized using different statistical methods. Different methods are used like mean, median, mode, different types of graphs to present the results. So these were the stages how experimental method of research works in psychology. Now we shall take a look on some advantages and disadvantages of experimental method. Experimental method gives control over conditions. So it is easy to predict that the results are due to our independent variable. Results are accurate and valid. It can be used in different fields. Cause and effect relationships are determined in the experimental method. And number 5, it can be combined with other methods. Experiment can be conducted with all other methods of the research. Its results can be replicated or repeated. And predictions can be made on the basis of results. But like All other methods, experimental methods, also have some disadvantages. Number one, natural settings cannot be studied under controlled conditions. It takes a lot of time and money. It does not provide an actual explanation of phenomena. Due to artificial environment. There may be some ethical problems with variable control. Extraneous variables cannot always be controlled. Human responses are difficult to measure. So this was experimental method of research. Hope you found it helpful. If so, please like and share my video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.